Hello everybody, welcome back to an update video here in the Little Rapids basement. Hope everybody's doing well. We are into pretty much the first week here of April, and I wanted to kind of give you an update of what's going on down here. We're going to take a look at the little seedlings that we planted together, and also an update on the plants that already existed when we did that. So we'll start there. I have been actively uppotting, which is moving the plants from the original homes up to these bigger, I guess they're technically, I think they're 3.5 inch before. I think they're 2.5 inch size pots. That takes time. No doubt, it does take time. It's probably the most tedious part of doing all this is uppotting. So there were a couple close calls. There was one time where I was uppotting and then I ran out of time. So a couple days later, I came back down, and the ones I didn't, as you can see, we had some casualties. So this is kind of, they're a little crispy, but this one might hold on. I don't like to, I kind of felt bad. There was more than that. There was probably about 3 of those, 6 cells that the plants looked very dire. So I gave them some water. Some of them came back and others didn't. That happens, and that's okay. But yeah, you can see, I mean, here's one that I uppotted, and it came from the same time as these cells. It is almost time to take these out into the greenhouse. So like I said, it's around, I guess we're in the second week of April here. And these will be going in the ground in about a month. So next steps for these guys is they are going, I'm just checking the weather forecasts, and we do have a little outdoor heater that helps in the greenhouse, but for the most part we want to pick when the weather is warming up to the point where overnights it's not getting under, my rule is kind of under 40. As long as it stays in the 40s, they might not like it, but they'll be okay. Anything under that in the 30s, that's where I get concerned. And maybe we'll throw the heater on. But looking at the week, I think early this week it's going to get a little cold, but then about midway through this week it's going to start warming up a little bit. So I want to get these guys out there because the one thing that I've noticed is some fungus gnat action. So you may or may not be aware, fungus gnats, they like to thrive in wet, damp soil locations. Typically you don't have this issue with seed starting because it's pretty much a soilless environment. But then once you start uppotting and you introduce mulch, or not mulch, but compost, then the gnats can come out. It's not really an issue outside because things eat those gnats, but inside they don't. So it's not really bad to the point where I feel like I need to take action. I do have neem oil, which can help, but I think the best thing is just the sooner I get these guys outside, the better off we are. But as you can see, I don't know. A little stool. Hold on 1 second. All right, I found a stool. So as you can see, it is quite the forest. So these are uppotted again in that 36. There's 36 pots in a tray. These are all tomatoes, and then this one on the end here are peppers. So for the most part, pretty happy with how everything's going. I think they're a good height at the right time. I've been running the fan over here a couple hours a day. That helps them get a little thicker stalks and not so spindly. And down here we have more peppers. A couple tomatoes these are tomatoes that came out of that. I forgot to water them. So I just up-potted them right before this video. So hopefully they make it. Okay. So yeah, there we go. These guys here are just the runts of the litter. They're just not ready to up pot yet. So they may make it, they may not. Hopefully most of them do. They just need a little more time, and that's okay. So let's I'm going to put you on the tripod here, and we're going to take a look. You might be wondering, where are those, didn't we plant seeds? Where are they at? I'm about to show you. And we're back. Okay, so before you is the tray that we planted together. If you remember, we planted these because these weren't really doing well in the original planting, so this is kind of panic mode and throw a bunch of seeds in and try to recover. So they're currently getting a bath. We did have one incident that I was a little clumsy and knocked these over, so as you can see, these are not too happy here. We'll see if they survive, but we're going to put them back in order because they get mixed up. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, as soon as I find my little scissors, which of course I am very organized down here in the basement. Not. All right. So here is, we definitely overseeded on purpose. You can see some of these cells have multiples. This is where we murder some of them. So, like here. And you kind of just take your picks, which ones you want to murder. It's okay. Yeah. Oh, I guess it would help if I did this on camera. Okay. I'm an amateur here. So let's see. This one here has 3. So we want to go boop, boop. So there's 1 now. Okay. Typically you want to find, like this one I like. Right there. So this group murdered. And here's 2. We'll murder that one. And these guys will. Okay, so there we go. Now we have 6. Perfect. So that's what we're doing today. We are just, we're pretty much just murdering plants. But that will help thin it out and let them thrive and let them grow in their little tiny containers. And in a couple weeks we'll be up potting these, just like the ones I just showed you. And that'll be good because, you know, especially once we start dancing with the weather outside, bad things could happen. I'm not really terribly worried about it because this is, I have a couple years under my belt with the greenhouse now, so I kind of know what to expect and what not to expect. Yeah, I mean, if these all make it, it's just more plants to give away to others that maybe have interest in starting a garden or don't know what to do. They can have a plant, and you know, I make sure I tell them if you kill it, that's okay. No worries, don't feel bad about it. But it at least gets people introduced to, well, some people have gardens that they have realized that they get good plants from me, so they almost have like a um, they have requests. So I have a what do you call it? An obligation to get them some plants. So that's cool. But then I love giving someone a plant that's never planted anything before. When they stick it in the ground and it does something and it grows, and then so that's happened to the point where people have got into gardening from me giving them a plant and saying stick this thing in the ground and grow it, to now where they enjoyed it last year and they want to expand, and that's awesome. That's kind of the whole point of it. You know, it's you don't need a huge garden starting out. You just need one plant, essentially, and you learn a lot from that one plant. And with that knowledge, you come into the next year, that winter, you start thinking about it, and you're like, oh yeah, I wish I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you're building beds, and then by the time summer comes around, you have 6 plants or 12 plants, and that's where it takes off. So that's really great to see. It's very fulfilling when that happens for me. So yeah, but we're gonna clean the rest of these up. Let's see. Let's look at a tomato real quick. So here's a tomato that did very well, and it's the same kind of thing. We're just gonna start murdering. See how they're clinging. You gotta stop clinging. So that guy's good. I like him a little bit more. And we just murder. My first couple years, I didn't do this. I would painstakingly try to break them apart and have multiple plants. I think that's natural. So if you're starting out and you're watching this video and you're like, wow, he's evil, it takes, you get used to it. But it's a necessary evil. It's not necessary, but it is a good thing to do. All right, so where are we at here? Apologize if my camera work is not up to par. My cameraman called out today, so I'm on my own. And I can't really tell, so we're just gonna murder all them. And that guy is getting cut. That leaves 2. Let's see which one is the best here. We'll get him, so. Okay. So that's down to 6. These guys will be able to thrive in their environment, again, until we up-pot them. So, what else? Some of these didn't come up. And, well, that happens. Now, peppers are, you can tell the tomatoes sprout. We planted at the same time, how tall the tomatoes are compared to the peppers. Hopefully you can see that. If not, I'll show you. Side profile. So tomatoes, peppers. They just grow differently. Peppers take a little bit longer. That's why you typically plant peppers a week or 2 beforehand, so it gives them that chance. But they take longer to sprout, essentially. So don't give up on them. Some of these, we're done with the humidity dome, at least for this round. I was using the humidity dome up to today, but enough have sprouted to the point where it's time to move on, at least away from the humidity dome, because what you don't want are your plants to be on a heat mat in a humidity dome for too long. You could stress them out, and while you're waiting for something to maybe or maybe not sprout, you are hurting the plants that did. So what I'm going to do is, there's still a chance that they might pop up, but if they do so, they're going to do it without a humidity dome and a heat mat. So we'll see. But I feel good about, I mean, some of these clearly, the seeds are not great at germination. So I'll have to take note of which ones they are. And for next year, get just new seed packets. That happens, and that's okay. We have enough. All right. Well, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. Hopefully you enjoy I know it's not as exciting as the actual garden when there's tomatoes and peppers, but again, I wanted to kind of take you along a little bit more of the journey this year than I have in the past. And ideally, if you are kind of starting out and these videos maybe hopefully a little beneficial to you of what to do or what not to do, or if you're planning along with me to see how your seedlings compare to mine. Love to know how you're doing, so please let me know that you're out there in the world. Comment below, like, and subscribe if you want to follow along. All right. Hope everyone has a good one.